I don't think Bayern have Arsenal's depth, but I think their starting 11 is better.
No one wants to play Man City.
I stood on this sofa
Said PSG.
and said PSG would win it last year.
You did.
And
Go on, stand on it now then.
I don't care who you are as a defender. You don't want to have to race every time you're defending.
Hansy's thinking, yeah, but I got Yamal.
I make them favourites now, Arsenal. I think they're the best side, isn't it?
Welcome to this special edition of The Breakdown. We thought it was the perfect time to sit down and analyse the main contenders for the Champions League this season in the company of Owen Hargreaves, Joleon Lescott and Joe Cole. Let's have a look then at some of these contenders. And we're going to start with Arsenal. The point's been made, Joleon, that they might well have the best squad in the Champions League in terms of depth this season, Arsenal. And of course, the big strength, if they are going to win it, is they're going to do it on the back of this relatively impregnable defence and a goalkeeper that doesn't concede too many either.
Yeah, I would strengthen that case in regards to the squad. I just think their replacements are so alike their team. Like, I think everyone, there's stronger teams, stronger players, but when them teams are making changes, is it the same level? Like, there was doubts over Nani, wasn't there? And then Saka gets injured, Nani comes in and shines. Yeah. He gets injured and Saka's back, and it's like, you've got a like-for-like quality. Whether the styles or the profiles are slightly different, but their team isn't affected. And we were speaking about that earlier, weren't we? Like, if they miss any player, I don't think it affects them. I think if, like, Bayern miss Harry Kane, City miss Haaland, you're slightly questioning, are they as fearful?
This is just some clips of kind of them defensively. And I think you think about, they've not conceded a goal yet. Do you know, so I think, remember that when Chelsea won it, you know, a 1-0 tight game? I think that's how you win it. Barca didn't win it last year with playing that crazy. I think with this back four and the keeper, I think you can win it. Yeah,
we speak a lot about that, don't we? Yeah. I don't think you can be
shootouts.
You can't make it a shootout. We've seen coaches and teams try to do that. You have to be a more solid, well-rounded team.
I think Arsenal are the favourites for exactly that reason, not conceding goals. And I do liken them to our Chelsea side in that. And there's a lot, obviously, the back four and everyone's getting a lot of pats on the back. But I watch how hard the front boys work as well. Gyökeres, Saka, Madueke, Rice, Ubamendi, like, they're a team. Like, they've been put together slowly and surely by Arteta, and they're just, I make them favourites now, Arsenal. I think they're the best side, isn't it?
One thing they do very well in the Premier League is score set-piece goals. Are those set pieces even harder to defend for some of these teams in the Champions League because they're not used to facing them with the regularity of the Premier League side?
That's a good question.
Good question. Yes and no, Fletch. Yes, it's harder for them to deal with. Will be a lot dependent on the referee. You know, I think the referees in the Premier League are all
more lenient.
They're more lenient, Joleon, but they've obviously work together as a unit. So what's acceptable is more consistent. Do you know what I mean?
So they're more likely to be penalised for the blocking.
All the blocking and things like that. Away to a Bayern Munich, away to a PSG, away to a Real Madrid, pressure's on. If you get a certain type of referee and he's just having a day where any time that comes, I'm stopping it.
Do you know what's remarkable, Joe? I think the size of Arsenal out of nowhere. You know, before we talked about all the little technicians we played against, the Cazorlas and the Wilshires and the
Nasris,
the Fabregas, all them. Now all of a sudden, this Arsenal team, they're all big. Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel, Declan, Gyökeres, even Marino. Do you know what I mean? I think all of a sudden now, even though if they can't play that perfect football, physically
can mix it.
They can mix it.
They look like a team of men, don't it? That's the biggest compliment you pay them. There's no way you could rattle them, you know, or you can see them throwing the toys at the pram. Discipline's not a problem. All of the aspects of maturity now you can apply to the Arsenal team. And I've been critical for many years of Arsenal, but you get a lot of stick from, you know, from fans. I think you're digging them out. You only say what you see. Now what I see is a team that's the complete finished article, and I'm making favourites.
Let's have a look at Bayern Munich. You can't talk about Bayern Munich without talking about Harry Kane, can you? So I mean, when we talk about the strengths of a team, he's pretty much right now as good a strength as you can have. I mean, he's in such good form, scoring goals in every competition.
I mean, let's just see some of those clips. I mean, the thing is as well, I think with this, because Harry can drop a little bit deeper. Luis Diaz has been absolute remarkable. You know, Harry's creating, you got Olise, you got Diaz, you got Gnabry's been amazing in that number 10. And obviously with Harry's finishing, I just think I don't think Bayern have Arsenal's depth, but I think their starting 11 is better, in my opinion.
What we slept on with Harry when he went there was the type of players around him, your Gnabry's, your Elise's, the players who come in. He's got pace and power all around him. It's like if you give Harry Kane, who do you want? What type of players do you want around you around you to thrive? Everybody in that Bayern Munich team would be that type of player around them.
And they've got Musiala and Alphonso Davies to come back, who are those types as well.
They'll improve. The reason I don't think Bayern Munich will win it, and that's seeing as the reason I'll flip with Arsenal and not Bayern Munich, Hansi Flick's style of play is still there, isn't it? With Company, that high line, which seems to be now the way that
he's manufactured a little bit. It's not as aggressive.
Because
I think he learnt from their mistake, because they was doing it last season and they was
too open.
And they're making stupid mistakes where I haven't seen that. And I don't mean I haven't seen the mistakes. I haven't seen that aggressive line. He's still aggressive with it, but it's more respectful of the opposition.
He's a young coach. He's learning. I think, Joleon, you nailed it. He learned from
Vinny's
last season.
Vinny's a fast learner. We know that Vinny would have learnt that and gone, that doesn't work. Regardless of, we've got Harry Kane, we've got Elise firing. There's going to teams that are going to want to expose that and know how to.
So let's have a look at the holders then. Paris Saint-Germain. And now this last season looked like the complete team. They changed the goalkeeper, but the rest of it is still there. I don't really know where you want to start with. I mean, they lost to Bayern Munich in the last match, but I mean, they're still most people's team to beat in the competition, just because we know they can do it.
And they've proven that you don't have to be top of the league.
Well, they weren't last year, were they?
They would scrape through.
You got to peak at the right time.
And Liverpool, did they win every game? I'm sure they won close to every game in the league, and they were the favourites, and they were flying domestically. That's what I mean. So all of a sudden, like that was a real eye opener for me last season in regards to momentum is going to be key. Forget your form in the league, in the group stage league. Right now, it doesn't need to be immaculate.
To be fair, they lost on a rumour, but I think with these attacking players, look at Kvaratskhelia on the half-turn. See you later. I mean, Joe, he's...
Dembele hasn't really got to full rhythm yet either.
I mean, when these boys get rolling, though...
Yes.
You don't want to play these guys in a knockout.
But by the way...
just to go into that stadium?
Yeah. I agree absolutely with Joleon. This is just... They're not worried one bit about their form. They've gone to this World Club Cup, you know, they've gone deep into that competition. Players are injured. Come February, March, these will be right amongst the favourites.
When you look at this team and you see it attack like that, how do you defend against it? Because
not with a high line.
Attacking options.
You take away that high line, and there's so much emphasis on everyone trying to press so high. I'm like, respect the opposition and give yourself a 10 yards. Then the space isn't there. Fast wingers want to run, and I don't care who you are as a defender. You don't want to have to race every time you're defending. I want to be able to delay the play and wait for teammates to get back. And no one's really doing that anymore. It's just like, well, the margins or the lines need to be so close so we can press and win it back. But the risk to reward it's not there for me.
Vincent Kompany did it well, didn't he, in Paris? He kind of went after them kind of man for man. That midfield three couldn't control the game. Normally Vitinha, he gets on the half-turn, and if he does, you're finished. But I think Upamecano was kind of the one jumping out into midfield, I think, on Fabian Ruiz. And I don't think PSG really knew what to do. And that's why Vinny deserves a lot of credit for kind of that tactical plan to go to Paris, the champions, and beat them comfortably, by the way.
It was PSG's B team, though. We have to put an asterisk on it. They was very, they didn't have a lot of players there. Dembele went off.
Well, this was the point I was going to raise, because last season they played the maximum amount of fixtures that PSG could play. Won the French Cup, won the French League, Club World Cup final, Champions League final. So they couldn't have played anymore. Is their biggest enemy this season fatigue and injuries at the end of the season, just because of the schedule they've had?
Probably.
But the thing is, what they've got to their advantage, which an English team in their situation wouldn't have, is they've got the winter break coming up. So if Luis Enrique's smart and say to the lads, do not even look at the gym, get yourself on the beach, put your feet, relax. But when you come back, we're going to go for everything again.
Manchester City. I'll let you start, because they are absolutely purring right now. Confidence is high. Haaland's unstoppable. I think that aura of invincibility is, if it's not back, it's nearly there,
close.
Isn't it now?
Yeah, definitely. Like we said, I think as a team, everyone's best 11, I think they're probably the best 11. Joleon, if this guy isn't there...
Joleon, this one's naughty, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not on.
It's not even on, is it?
That's a centre half.
If you're Monaco, and you're a coach and you're going, right, I'm happy, I'm really happy, everything's right there, body shapes of the defenders in the right position.
When you do that, you set up your team, and aesthetically, that looks great. If you took the City players out, you would say that's a perfect setup.
Yeah.
But you've got to consider that number 9 is in the middle of you, so you get tight. You get so tight to him, that run isn't on, because what will do that is, if he's tighter, Guardiola won't play the ball, because he'll be able to see the centre half and be like, there's no space for
But that's the thing they're doing. That's the thing they're kind of doing differently this year.
Yeah.
I think they're playing in there a little bit quicker.
Fast, yeah.
Watch how fast, Joe. Watch how fast Haaland gets into the space. See ya. I mean, you can't defend that.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one for them is obviously goalkeeper Donnarumma.
Yes.
In the knockout game, you need a keeper to make a save like he did against Arsenal last year. He's the guy.
I think what they look like is they can, similar to Arsenal, you can rely on any aspect of their team.
Yeah.
Because the profile of the player, the quality of the players. Like, if they need to, Donnarumma can be man of the match.
Yeah.
Like Real Madrid, Courtois, be man of the match. They
Yeah.
defensively, they can be solid, and then Haaland can do what he's doing.
They're also the team in the Champions League, and the Premier League for that matter, that I fully expect to get better as the season progresses, because it's still a relatively new group playing a different way.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've probably seen the best of Manchester City.
Yeah.
I just think that it's just more. Yeah, I just think more of. I say more, but it's more of the same. I don't think unless they have to do more, just continue to maintain.
And maybe
this
do
level.
what they're doing slightly better.
Yeah,
more efficient.
Just maintain this level, and then the fear. They're probably the only team, and going to the Bernabeu, not necessarily Real Madrid, but going to the Bernabeu there's a fear element to that. Like, you play no one wants to play Man City.
I'm going to throw a name in here. It's almost been Steven Gerrard-esque.
I'll give you that.
We got to give some love to Marcus Rashford, by the way. How good is he playing in a Barcelona shirt?
When you get to the final, you need someone that's the match winner. There's no one that stands out as a match winner.
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso, that's the hardest job in world football.
We're going to get to Real Madrid now. So we're putting Champions League royalty into the equation. Top of La Liga, lost to Liverpool at Anfield. That was kind of one of those games where I thought if it was played in the Bernabeu, you'd fancy Real Madrid. Anfield, you'd fancy Liverpool. Where are they? I mean, the strengths, Joe, I suppose, are the individual players within the team. Mbappe, Bellingham, Vinicius. I mean, if you need a match winner to sort something out for you, this team has as many.
And the aura. They just have an aura, don't they? And a belief.
Yeah, I'm going to throw out there now, I don't think they can win it.
Not the way they played at Anfield. If it wasn't for Courtois, they would have got a bucket
But what's
full.
different? You would have said that multiple times.
Do you know how dangerous that statement is at this stage of the Champions League?
I think they can.
I like danger. You know that. I thrive in dangerous things. I stood on this sofa
Said PSG.
and said PSG would win it last year.
You did.
And
Go on, stand on
you
it now,
mocked me.
But Joe,
can't win it.
look, when you got
I don't
Mbappe,
think they can win
Jude,
it.
Vinny Jr., come on. Xabi Alonso, this is a new manager to this team. They're playing slightly different. Xabi's clever. He'll create something for these boys to win. He almost went undefeated last year with Leverkusen, and he's got better players.
Yeah,
I think right now they're adjusting, aren't they? But
And they're getting better with the structure that he's trying to
Vinny's been
implement.
quiet. Wait till he gets rolling with Mbappe and Jude. Courtois, I mean...
I mean, that's. I'm seeing clips here of players who can win it on their own, pretty much, if they're on a go.
And someone's going to have to go there. So you're going to have to go to the Bernabeu at some stage, and that place is...
I think once you get to the quarters and the semis, no matter who they've got on the pitch, they're a different proposition.
Big time.
I think it's like more of a cohesion thing. I think we're missing a factor here, the Carlo Ancelotti factor, of what all the unseen stuff of knitting a group together, the egos, whispering a little word into Vinicius's ear, being patient with Mbappe, bringing the group together, bringing the senior players in, the group. Xabi Alonso, new manager, great manager. That's the hardest job in some ways in world football. Yeah.
Those guys don't need loads of detail. You're right. Carlo gave them a bit of freedom, didn't he? And the boys kind of figured it out with...
Well, don't you think the level of coaching is higher than just that now? Carlo has that because it's Carlo. I don't think another coach could go in there and just give them that platform.
John, I'm with you. I agree, but I think if you're used to something certain, like a certain way, and now if somebody comes in and is like not over-coaching, but giving you loads of detail, the boys are probably thinking, can I have a bit of freedom?
Depends certain players, like Vinny would probably want that. But Mbappe, I don't know, because he's scoring, he's the top goal scorer, and he's still scoring at a mad rate.
OK, so if that applies to Real Madrid, would that apply to Liverpool? Let's have a look at them next. They've been inconsistent, they're losing games. They started off as clear favourites for the Premier League, favourites for the Champions League. This was supposed to be the glory season, which is going wrong.
I mean, these are just clips about Szoboszlai, really, because he's probably been their best player this season. And I think, obviously, with all the firepower they have, this guy plays every game because out of possession...
He's action man. Is Stevie any?
He's at Valverde, isn't he? You can play him anywhere and he's still at 8 out of 10. The rest of the boys need to get their level up. I think Slot will probably get it right. From what we've seen so far for their body of work, they're nowhere near, are they? And I think the one thing about Szoboszlai, I know he's that good at this. You know, he's an old school number 10.
Yeah.
But now he's learned the defensive side of the game. He's amazing. But actually, his passing is top.
His technique, his quality in possession probably goes unnoticed to the level he's got.
Joe, what about this one?
I love him. I love him. I think, like you said, I think it's even more impressive how well he's playing because the functionality of the Liverpool team isn't there.
Yeah.
So he's almost, and I'm going to throw a name in here, it's almost been Steven Gerrard-esque.
I'll give you that.
You know, because the Liverpool team that Stevie played in was nowhere near as good as this team. Not nowhere near. It wasn't as good as this team. But Szoboszlai's just taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah. If we're sitting here, we're showing clips of Dominic Szoboszlai on here and saying he's Liverpool's best player. He's not winning Liverpool the Champions League. We've just gone through a list of players there. You've gone through the individuals at Real Madrid, the front three at Paris Saint-Germain. When you look at Liverpool, despite all the outlay, do they look like they've got enough against some of the teams that we've featured so far?
Okay, let me give you. I agree with you, but let me give you a caveat. You don't win the Champions League with the best guy. You win the Champions League if you got a guy like him. And who's Real Madrid's most valuable player? You ask any of their fans, probably their teammates. Valverde. Yeah. And that's my point. These guys that you can slot in and play everywhere are as valuable as the Mbappes in the Vinny Juniors.
The flip side of all this, though, is I think of all the teams we've looked at so far this season, you can get at Liverpool and hurt them more than anybody else. And when you look at some of the teams you're going to come up against, with the attacking options, they've got to get better.
Oh yeah, and they will, and they will. But that's the thing. But that's why last season was so has so much of an impact on who I think is going to win this. It's like Liverpool were untouchable last season, like in the groups and domestically. It was like, we can never see them losing, and then now they look slightly fragile. You can't just say it's going to remain like this. Like Bayern Munich is going to lose games. Arsenal are going to lose games.
Let's have a look at Barcelona. Barcelona might need to score 5 a game when it gets to the knockout stages. I mean, we know what they are. I mean, they're great to us. They're probably the most entertaining team in the world.
This is it. And this is how I describe Newcastle.
I'm going to run this.
I love watching.
Look at this.
I'm going to run this.
This is stupid, mate. This just frustrates me.
But look, even Koundé knows already.
Yeah.
It's too hard to do.
He's like, I'm in trouble, right? And he's like,
let me get up.
I got to get up.
Any of the centre midfielders running in a straight line and the ball's just...
But you know what's mad is, right? The one thing they do, you think of... But Joe, wait. Do you know, Joe, you know what they do? They always worry about the middle guy. But the problem is, this guy out here, all you got to do is slide it. Watch what happens.
Oh, my God.
And he's back on side. The guy in the middle, watch what happens.
Yeah.
Tap in.
You can't... And I'll tell you why that's bad, why it gets worse. Because you can't practice this in training because... It's just, in order to practice this, you would have to have runners consistently running in. And the load is so important now within teams and structures. You're not going to be able to practice this.
But, Joleon, the flip to that is, Hansi's thinking, but I got Yamal. I got Rafinha, I got Rashford.
That's the ace up your sleeve.
Watch this, by the way.
He had Yamal last year.
Please, what is going on here?
Is this the PSG game?
Cheat code.
This was the first minute, wasn't it?
Oh my good God.
This is the first minute.
Cheat code.
That paints a slightly false narrative because after that, Mendes was unreal.
No, I know. But I think what Hansi's saying is, I got Yamal, I got Lewandowski, I got Rashford, I got Pedro, I'm gonna score more than you. He tried it last year and lost to Inter. He could do it. I don't think they will either. I mean, what's going on here with him?
Oh my goodness.
He's outrageous. He's definitely outrageous. And he's a match winner. But he shouldn't have to score a hat-trick every game. But
seriously, we've got to give some love to Marcus Rashford, by the way. How good is he playing in a Barcelona shirt? Look, this goal is just ridiculous.
We do games enough. We speak highly of him. I'm not surprised.
No.
I'm not surprised he's doing this in a good team. He just wasn't... The team wasn't set for him to shine. He had to do too much other stuff in order for him to go. Just be our match winner.
Joe, look at this pass. Tell me where this pass has gone. I'm not going to run it. Just tell me where you think it's gone.
He slipped it through, right? Yeah. Let's have a look.
Watch this.
Show me.
I mean, it's not even
Oh, look at that.
that ball. Come on.
What a pass.
Come on. Marcus is absolutely
Yeah.
The thing with Marcus, we spoke to him after the Newcastle game, and I've never seen him
That happy.
happy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's chatting to him and like, he genuinely, like, because he's quite, you know.
How can he not be happy playing in that
That's,
team?
I know, but I think it's a lesson for players, you know, if you're in a situation, it was Manchester United was toxic. He was the figurehead for it, so he's taken a lot on his shoulders. He did a lot for this country off the pitch, didn't he? You know, and he was lauded, rightly so, because I think what he done was beautiful. A lot of pressure on him. I thought the Villa move was unusual. This is something he should have done 2-3 years ago. Get out of there to a big club, because he's a big player. He can't. Marcus Rashford can't go and play for a Valencia. He needs to go to a Barcelona, a Bayern Munich. He's that good, and now he's thriving. He ain't the main man in the dressing room.
He's just
one of.
Does anybody think they can win it?
No.
Barcelona, based on what they have?
Yeah. Hansi's done it.
You
He's
think
got
they can-
Yamal, he's
yeah.
got Rafinha.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
I don't think he'll win it.
I think he'll have to tweak the high line like Vincent Kompany.
Yeah.
I don't think he's definitely ain't tweaking
No,
it.
he's not. No,
He
probably
is.
I always think when we look at clips of Yamal, we should always just sit and have a minute's silence with DeMarco after the first leg of the
DeMarco.
semi-final. Has he recovered from that yet?
But you know what
Nice.
the best part was? So before the final, I went to Milan to interview some of the Inter players, and off camera they said to me before the Barca game, they said, we're going to get after Yamal, he's only young and we're going to get after him. And they said they couldn't even touch him, and they said they come in at half time and went,
Can't
is
even
going
foul
on?
him. Can't even
couldn't
foul
even
with that,
touch him, Joleon, that's what they said.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah. What about them? Because they're never on anybody's list.
Yeah.
When
They're
the
always there.
tournament starts, they've been to 2 finals. I mean, they were blown away by Paris Saint-Germain, but they gave Manchester City a really good game. There's a lot of experience in the group. I know they've got a new coach now, but they've got the knack. Inter Milan, they're a very, very good Champions League team.
Yeah, but then you need that one guy. When you get to the final, you need someone that's the match winner. There's no one that stands out as a match winner.
Yeah.
Lautaro?
Not in a final. I think he's a very, very good player. Definitely like top tier. But then there's like not an ego, but there's a belief, like a Yamal, like a Ronaldo, like a Messi, like a Mbappe, Haaland that just go, I'm going to be man of the match today.
I think the only thing
And
that
whether
works
win
in
this
their
game.
favour is they have like a really experienced squad.
Yeah, that
have
gets you
been
to
there,
the final.
and they'll hang in there when it gets difficult.
So if you said to me, are they going to get to the final? I'll be like, yeah. But then when they was in there, I would look at whoever they were facing. I would look at the one individual in the other team and go, he's going to win this game.
Well, that's all we've got time for. Thanks to Owen Hargreaves, to Joleon Lescott, to the very opinionated today, Joe Cole, which I love. And don't forget, you can watch the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, all the way through to the respective finals on TNT Sports and on Discovery Plus.